Hi, my name's Denise. I am a patient of Dr. Cooper's. I've been a patient of hers for about 5 months now. I'm 64 years old, and I must tell you, I don't feel like I'm 64 anymore. But I can absolutely tell you that when I was 41, I felt like my life was going to end with just in a few years with the pain I lived with. Anyway, I want to tell you about my story, tell you about when I met Dr. Cooper, and let you know of the tremendous improvement that my health has gone through in the past 5 months. First off, I'm a baby boomer, being 64, and as other baby boomers know, that we were the first generation to actually have fast food places. I remember seeing several of them built, and it was always so much fun to go get a hamburger, fries, and a Coke. Well, it was so much fun, a lot of us just continued to eat that way. And as we became teenagers, it was pretty much a staple in our lives that we were eating burgers, fries, soft drinks. And you know what? It stayed with me. It stayed with me. I took my daughter to those places. That's the way we ate. I was growing up in Oklahoma. I was used to eating meats and vegetables, 3 to a meal usually, but most of them were fried. The meat was fried, the vegetables were fried, have some kind of dessert, perhaps a fruit with sugar on it, and drank lots of whole milk. And little did I know at that time that I thought I was eating a healthy meal. I mean, my goodness, my mother fixed it for me. It had to be healthy. And didn't realize the impact it would have on me later on. When I was about 41 was the first time that the pain started, snuck up on me. I was going home to see my mother, and I was putting my bag in the airplane in the overhead bin. And when I reached up, pain started shooting through both of my arms, and I thought, what is this? I didn't do anything to make that happen. When I got to my mother's, I tried opening doors. I couldn't turn the knobs. The pain would shoot up my arms. That was just the start of many things to come. And I went to several doctors, several hospitals, did multiple tests, and no one could find out what was wrong. And the pain continued. My joints started swelling. I couldn't go up and down stairs. It was causing pressure on my lungs. And no one was coming up with anything. And then finally, one of the doctors at Wake Forest School of Rheumatology, of all places back then, decided to give me prednisone, which is a steroid. And boom, the next day, the pain was gone. But one thing the steroid did, at least for me, it flipped off a switch in my brain, the one that tells me to stop eating when I'm full. So it was by memory that I had to try to remember how much to eat. And through that course, that 1 year, I gained 50 pounds. The next time that I had to take prednisone, when the flare-up happened again, I gained another 50 pounds. So all of a sudden, my 140 pounds that I weighed went to 190, went to 240. And at my heaviest, I was 241. Very uncomfortable, taking opioids for pain, taking steroids for pain, and a lot of pain happened over the next 22 years. Arthritis came in all my joints. It's very difficult to walk. Fibromyalgia, polymyalgia rheumatica, nerve pain, and it got to the point that I couldn't stand up with the degenerative disc happening to my back. So all of a sudden, my career as a college professor, I couldn't stand up and lecture anymore, and I had to retire, unfortunately. I'd still like to someday go back. I do miss the kids. Anyway, as I grew older and through the pain, I kept thinking, I don't know how much longer I can take this. You know, what more could happen to me? And about February of this year, I found out what else could happen to me. I had a kidney stones attack, and I didn't really know what to do. At that time, I thought that my primary care doctor, I gave her a call and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I no longer have that insurance." So I wound up in the emergency room 2 days, one each day. They wouldn't keep me longer because they said the stones weren't that big. They had to be larger for them to keep me. So I was in an incredible amount of pain, and they said, well, you need to get a primary care physician. So I went online and I'm looking frantically, and I thought, I don't know how I'm going to choose because I can only look at reviews and things like that. And so honestly, I asked for a little bit of help from the big guy upstairs. And he pointed me to this wonderful doctor named Dr. Donna Cooper. So I called her office and they got me in very quickly. They did all kinds of blood work, urinary work. She had a lot of questions for me and was able to prescribe medicine and get me onto a specialist eventually to be able to take care of the kidney stone issue. But something else happened. I began to see the books and I began to read the flyers. And I saw that she had this wellness center. And I thought, I really like Dr. Cooper. I think I might find out a little bit more information about this wellness center. And so it was probably about the easiest thing I ever did. Got an appointment the next week to come over and find out about exercise, find out about nutrition, find out about how to cook this different food that I thought was just for the hippies back in the 60s. And, and just didn't give much thought to it. I thought, oh, I can't believe this. And because quite honestly, I didn't know how to fix any of these things. I just thought, that was just something that real skinny people that didn't wear any makeup and did, but not so, not so. I had a whole lot of education to come, a whole lot of my, things that I thought weren't true. A lot of the things I thought about the food weren't true either. But I've been learning over the past 5 months how to eat healthy and exercise and take better care of myself. And I've had some remarkable results. One of the first things that happened to me after, I need to back up, not that first thing, I have another first thing before that. One of the first items that happened once I visited here at the Wellness Center, Dr. Cooper gave me a prescription for 2 weeks worth of foods at Foodamed restaurant. So I'm having very nicely prepared meals, and I went over and picked up the meals and I refrigerated them. I got about 3 or 4 days worth at a time, and then I'd go back and pick up more. And it really helped me to adjust my taste buds to the different food and help them transition and change. It also helped me to see these foreign foods to me and be more inquisitive to find out exactly what kinds of foods I liked and I didn't like. So that was very helpful since I really had no idea what to do in the kitchen. But it also helped so much here because every week I would come and learn more about nutrition, learn about the foods, and then also learn how they are prepared and had plenty of time to ask questions. So I've had a team here that's helped me exercise and keep vigilant with that. I've learned about the different foods, where to buy them, where they're located, and also now how to prepare those foods. So now then I can tell you about the results. It hasn't been just the weight. it has been a whole lot more. I used to have adult acne all the time. My face was always broke out somewhere. I thought I never escaped my teenage years. And little did I realize probably all that fast food I ate all my life probably contributed a lot to it. So once I quit eating the fast food and ate healthy food, within a week my skin started clearing up. And I haven't had any trouble with blemishes since then. My other skin has smoothed out also, all over thanks to that. My skin, I thought, oh my gosh, it'll be so dry without all that oil and grease from meat products. And not true at all. It's smooth from there, and probably the dairy products too. So I've been very pleased with that. Another thing, I noticed like the second week that I was coming in, because each week the nurse monitors my blood pressure and temperature and all kinds of items that she looks at. But my blood pressure went down. I've been on blood pressure medicine for years now, and it wouldn't take anything for my blood pressure to be in the 160s, 170s. And even with the medicine. And now mine this morning, for instance, was 106/71. After the second week of working out and changing my diet, my blood pressure's normal. It's awesome. I'm so happy with it. I don't have heart palpitations. I don't say, you know, Denise, you need to sit down and you need to just breathe deep. I mean, you need to really think about it and calm your heart down. It's not a problem anymore. Another issue with the pain, with the fibromyalgia, with the arthritis, with all of the other items that I really couldn't do housework. I'd be sick for 2 days if I vacuumed the house. If I mowed the lawn, I'd be sick 2 days afterwards. I just have to stay in bed because every time I move, the muscles hurt, the pain hurt, the nerve pain, the muscle pain. It's gone. It's gone. It was, I remember telling Dr. Cooper, it was toward the end of my 3rd month, and I said, I woke up one morning and I went to the kitchen, as I normally do, to get something to drink, and I was standing there at the counter, and all of a sudden I went, I don't hurt anymore. And when you think that you've hurt for over 20 years and you can stand there and say, I don't hurt anymore, it's a miracle. It is absolutely a miracle. And I'm so thankful.